What is going on, just ordinary friends and fam? We are in CWL season. It's incredible. This team is literally the best CWL team in the game. And I'm going to show you why. We're not gonna go into War 2 right now, but we're going to go into War number 1. Okay, so we perfected the first day, 45 stars. Fun fact, 1 year ago today, or not today, I guess, but 1 year ago this week was the first ever perfect CWL, and that was held by Just Ordinary and pieces of this team and a couple of their friends. Ghost, from what I know, is the captain, and he's the one that I've known for a very long time. He was actually in Just Ordinary a long time ago, and we've stayed in contact, and trying to develop the relationship as much as we can because we have a lot of fun. So Ghost is incredible. His attacks, I'm going to show off. I got permission from these guys to make sure that it was okay to show off some of these attacks. It is just unreal. Look at this fireball going into the core, taking out the mono and the enemy CC. Isn't that just insane? Like how he's able to predict that, plan all those invisible spells, and make sure that there's no hidden Teslas that pop up that deter this attack from winning. So and then he has a very, very, very good funnel. So he's got a good L-shaped base. When you look at that, that was a good L-shaped base to this. So that way the troops are going to go in a counterclockwise direction when hitting this base, right? He keeps those healers alive with those cocoa balloons in the core. He hasn't hit the Seeking Air Mines or anything yet, so it's awesome. Honestly, what I've noticed with this style of attack is if you keep the healers alive, it's just unbeatable. I mean, the keeping the healers alive that are going to regenerate the health to those troops is just awesome. And then he is exposing that the new ability with the queen there, which pulls out the giant. And I've said it from the beginning, Ghost is one of my favorite members, players that I've been able to witness for a very long time now. Next up is Tom, and obviously you see him across the leaderboards everywhere, right? Does an incredible job funneling this RC into the core, not getting drifted away to the outside defenses. Is able to keep that RC alive and recalls it after he has a good little funnel there, okay? He's going to charge into the mono, and he also giant arrows through to activate the invisible spell over the town hall, and then uses that skeleton spell to make sure that mono's not going to take out his point defenses that are leading into that, right? So like the queen that was going around the outside. And he's also using oh shoot, I can't remember the troop launcher, which is putting those Clan Castle troops into the core. So it looks like he's got Yetis that are falling into that, which is incredible. I really want to learn this style of attack. I got to tell you, I have been running. Okay, so all Town Hall 16. Let's back it up. All Town Hall 16. I did nothing but Root Riders. Okay, ever since Town Hall 17 came into play, all that I have done is drags. But this attack right here is literally incredible. It's also the best way to do hard mode, right? So if you're talking about esports, learning this style of attack is definitely the most it's the easiest and the most overpowered, just with common knowledge, not being an absolute shmee in it. Shmee is subject matter expert for those that might not know, but and is still Max on this raid was still able to keep that RC alive, which is pretty great. Gets a good funnel here because there's that just one gold storage or gold collector on that outside before those troops just go into the core there, right? Yeah, really good funnel. So those troops are just going to go straight through Town Hall's opposite side, which is a little bit riskier, guys. I've seen it more times than I can count, and it's not a good thing. When people attack opposite side Town Hall, I get scared, especially in CWL, because a lot of times people don't know how to get there. People don't have enough power, extra oomph to get the enemy Town Hall down, right? So I get very, very scared. I've already seen it, or last CWL I saw it in Just Ordinary, our main clan, one of our members, and I'm not saying who again, I'm not putting my people on blast, but when you don't necessarily have the greatest entrance, and then you go opposite side Town Hall, it's asking for a 1-star. Asking for a 1-star. You always, 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 if you're not getting the exact plan that you want to go into the town hall if the plan's not working. So here's K-Dog, and I actually am not sure who the owner of this account is. All I know is that they are currently 2 for 2, which is incredible. They're doing really great. This whole team, guys, I've worked with a lot of these players before. You have Truck, you have Max, you have Ghost, you have Van, there's a couple other people that, actually there was one player that I kind of didn't like on the roster, but working with this team, they were able to swap it out for Spiz. There's just so many OP people in this. I'm really excited to see what their overall placing is going to be. Looking at the league that we're in, which we can do right after this attack, it's actually doesn't look too bad. It looks like there's one other clan that might give us a little bit of an issue, and that's the Puckerwarto. I believe it's the Indian clan. They're pretty good. You see them on the leaderboards quite a bit, and I don't know. I don't think anyone truly got close to the perfect 45 like how we did. The first round, let's see, I think the closest one was 43 by OS Guardios, but that Perker Wokurto, that clan got 42, and it looks like they lost on percentage to New Face. There's a few pretty good Germans in this clan, Freestyle and New Face, a lot of like INQ or I don't know, just some other people that you've seen around in like esports and the leaderboards. So going into the next one, Van. Like I said, guys, I've worked with these guys a few times, and I have nothing but good things to say about them. I've really enjoyed seeing them represent in Just Ordinary for CWL. I've really enjoyed the communication. I try to help in any way that I can. Like one of the biggest secrets to CWL, and it's not really a secret, it's just common sense, is just look for bases to friendly challenge, right? Like it's super awesome when you open up a CWL day and you see like 7 bases that are just common Legend League bases, right? So you either have them saved already that you can use, or you just practice in Legend League. But I will say a lot of these bases, they're pretty unique. I haven't seen them in Legend League. I'm pushing 3 accounts right now in the Legend League, which is a lot, as you guys know. Like 24 attacks, right? You have 24 attacks times 3. You're looking at around an hour and a half overall, because you got to think about transitioning between accounts and all that. And I also am using Wolfie's Legend League service this season. Have had nothing but great experience from all of his Legend League pushes, his bases. Even when I was in SG, his bases did the best for me. So I'm excited about that. And then EG Anthony. I mean, these guys are just incredible. When you look at this roster, it's just one good player after another, right? I'm going to try and make it through 10 raids, 10 triples every CWL day, just to show off how great of a team this is. And, I'm hoping, man, I am going to put it out there in the universe, because I believe in good things happening. And how cool would it be if Just Ordinary got the first perfect CWL for Town Hall 17? I'm throwing it out there. That would be pretty sweet. I'm excited to see what this team can perform. I'm not trying to give additional pressure. Shoot, I bet you those guys don't even watch my YouTube videos. This is probably not up in their subscriptions, but hey, that would be cool if they were. If they'd hear all the good things I have to say about them. But I really hope and think that we have the potential this CWL. I think the clans that we're facing don't have the ability to triple like 45 stars, perfect wars. So I am really counting on a good CWL season. I'm putting it out there in the universe. I'm expecting good things, and I think that we can do it. So I need your guys' vibes sent this way, because we're working as a team. You guys are on my team, the way I look at it. So if you could put some good vibes out there into the universe, see if we can get this perfect CWL, that would be incredible. Also Spiz, I think his best placing was last season, and he was number 10 in the world. So just OP tackers around the board, guys. Ghost, everyone knows Ghost, man. Everyone knows all these players, but Ghost, I'm a little biased towards Ghost. I've liked him so much from the beginning. His just esport capabilities, his base building capabilities, his attacking is just, it's through the roof, man. I'm really glad that I can call him a friend, whether that's just a Clash friend or not, but good dude. Really good dude. So again, what you're going to see in a lot of these attacks is a short RC charged recall, and then you're going to see the King typically funnel around the outside, which is going to give a great path for your troops to go into the inside of the core there. And as you can see, once you get into the core and you activate that Warden's ability, it is just incredible, right? You have all of these troops that are getting healed, protected by the Eternal Tobe, healed by the healers, and then also healed by the healing spell that the RC or that the Warden has. And like right here, I will say, like, when you look into this bottom compartment, like if you're just looking right now, you're like, oh crap, I don't know if he's got enough, army in him, right? And then you zoom out and you're like, yeah, he's got a Root Rider to get through some walls. He's got those Giants to tank. He's got the Archer Queen to go through. Like he's got this, right? But excellent attacks. Oh, even the Tornado spell came out, but beautiful hits, guys, all around. So let's see, we got 3 more to try to make it through. Oh yeah, Miz. Another player. This is kind of weird. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet either, but this CWL, I'm seeing a lot of these old school, like Town Hall 12, 13 anti 3-star bases. I'm kind of excited because I always loved this style. I thought it was a lot more creative than doing the like symmetrical box or diamond or any of those shapes. But I'm really enjoying this design style because this was like old school. It's technically old school now, right? The game's been out for 10 years. We've been playing for 10 years, and like 5 years ago, this is the style of base. So I really enjoyed that, and it reminds me of the good old times when we were in Just Ordinary, placing number 1 in the world in CWL, like consecutively. I mean, guys, I don't know if you guys know the whole story. We've had a lot of new subscribers to the mix, but Just Ordinary probably has the most historical. Other than winning like the $1 million tournaments, right? But if we're talking non-esports, just public clan, right? I think Just Ordinary has the most history. We were the first team ever to, when CWL was first introduced, we were the first team to place first, right? So that's huge, right? Super important. And then next, we had the most consecutive top 10 placings that first year. We placed first, second, third, 6th, 7th, 9th, I believe, in total. And then after that, we went in, all of last year, we placed 12 months in the year. I think we placed first 9 out of those 12, and then 2 of them were in second place. So, and that's, okay, I'm biased. I'm the leader, right? But I think that Just Ordinary might have the best CWL record in the game, and I hope that we continue to achieve greatness in that way, because CWL is my biggest priority. I've done nothing but just enjoy the competitive nature. The fact that there's a leaderboards behind it is just awesome, because you have a grading scale, right? Like, how did you perform in the world in this tournament competition, right? So I'm a big fan about it. I think, it means a lot, maybe not a lot to everyone, right? Every month, this happens every month. So it's not that crazy of a deal for a lot of people, but for us and Just Ordinary, that's where we thrive, along with Wars, right? We're at a 79 win streak with 799 wins. So we are very, very close to getting that next step, and the world, or not the world record, but the record for Just Ordinary is 87 wins. So I do think that we might be able to win that and beat that this upcoming month off after CWL. So that's the goal. I'm really hoping we can get there. And also, guys, if you have questions about any of these attacks, there's a couple people that I've spoken to, but my Discord is D3TWeiler, right? I sometimes post the Just Ordinary Discord in the server. I will say I don't like doing that anymore, because a lot of people will just join and they don't open a ticket to say like, hey, I just want to be a community member or whatever. So it's really hard to like sift through who's there and their names and if they have good intentions. So add me on Discord, D3TWiler, and then we can at least start the conversation on if you want to join the Discord for Just Ordinary. And I can put you into the community where you see like, our YouTube uploads, our videos, our community, we about food, you name it, just like a typical Discord that everyone else kind of sees. But we have our own, and you can start developing relationships with the community, right? All right, we're going to go in. We're going to do number 11 here too. I'm just so pumped about how great this team's performing. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. It looks like we're at 15 minutes. I got to get ready. I'm going to I don't know if you guys have watched the video for too long, but I'm also a avid hunter. I love hunting big game. I do pronghorn antelope, mule deer, whitetail, elk, turkey. We do bird hunting, quail, pheasant, chuckers. We do just about it all. The only thing I really don't do is waterfowl. Just haven't had the opportunity. I'm sure I'd love it, but I can only have so many hobbies, right? Clash of Clans takes off, a couple hours a day. I like to run. I like to spend time with my family. I work. You have to prioritize. And actually, one of my buddies that I ran with, he actually uploaded a reel the other day. He's trying to kind of grow his social media platform a little bit, but he made a very good point. And sometimes you know it because it's common sense, but sometimes you have to hear it, right? And what he said was, as you are getting into fitness or let's say gaming, whatever that topic may be for you, right? If it's an addition to your life, then you need to subtract something, right? We go around and say like, oh, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. Well, that's correct, right? Because your schedule is full to begin with. So now you need to subtract something from your life in order to make time for that. And it's common sense, right? But sometimes you just need to hear it and say, you know what? Like, okay, if I really want to get more serious about running, right? Like me, I want to do more marathons. I want to run an ultra marathon, that kind of thing. Then you need to subtract something from your life, right? And there's the fam ready for the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. So that's super exciting. And we're just going to wrap this up because they're barking. And I hope you guys are excited to see what we got in the future.